describe direct secrecy and indirect secrecy.
Yes.
So just introduce us to the concepts of direct versus indirect secrecy.
Okay. Direct secrecy is the word I used for secrecy that is presented as such explicitly to the public. So think classified material, top secret stamps, classified congressional hearings and the like. We are told that the government is withholding information from us and they consider it to be secret. And they'll usually invoke some sort of reason that seems reasonable, like national security,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. And that's direct secrecy. If you talk to scholars in the US, secrecy scholars focus on direct secrecy. So they're looking at classified executive orders, they're looking at classified FISA court opinions, they're of course looking at documents that are withheld on secrecy grounds and that aren't released pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act and the like, and that's what they focus on. But I realized that there was a realm that the American public really wasn't allowed to see very well. A realm in economic policy, for example, relating to our central bank, the Federal Reserve, and the realm of a lot of government activity that's been contracted out to private corporations, and then in the realm of political authority that's been given over to international institutions. Now, we really can't see much of what goes on in those domains, and that's what I call indirect secrecy. The secrecy effect is the same. We know very, very little about what goes on in these three contexts, but the secrecy label isn't being put before us per se. Instead, other values are invoked, such
Right.
as, for example, in the case of the management of the economy and monetary policy, the value invoked is that of technocracy. Well, you're not allowed to see because you'd really screw it up if you tried to get your hands
Right.
on it.
And you couldn't understand it anyway. So.
And you wouldn't be able to understand it. So let the wizards of finance manage this for your benefit. And then in the case of contracting, well, we're going to contract out a great deal of governmental activity, not because we want to keep it secret from you, but because we want to take advantage of the so-called alleged efficiencies of the private sector and the cost savings that will result to the American taxpayer. But the fact is that when they outsource government functions,
It's more expensive.
it is more expensive, and also we really can't see what these private contractors are doing for a whole host of reasons.
So let me just walk through these because I think the framework that you give on indirect secrecy is very important. So let's talk about three of them and sort of dive a little deeper.